have the other ones available in there.
Wait.
But
So, Luke, what are you drinking today? Coca-Cola.
Morning on the way to the gym and set my ukulele on top of the car and then drove off down the road.
Give me the bow after that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Hojo! I learned my lesson from last time.
What a welcome, thank you. I drink the most fruity drinks imaginable.
It's laundry day.
it's laundry day.
So you always wear hats with laundry day?
I'm going to did you a favor, Jens. I just say, later.
So how did you two meet?
Well, there's these places in San Francisco. I think they're called bathhouses.
It's like one of those things where everyone wants to focus on like the big events that happen, but day to day, what we're doing is we're on like one of our drawstrings, smoking weed, making comics. It's chill. It's so much fun, and like
Yes. Man, I'm not a YouTuber. I do this because I want to sell comic books. Woo! Yes! There we are, guys! There we are, A Drink with Brink, because it is Sunday. So, this is the hour where I talk with other indie creators about their hopes and their dreams and their lives, but also the books and their campaigns. Because, frankly, I'm kind of bored with the mainstream. Mainstream sucks. And indie is where the passion is.
Hey man, I absolutely agree that indie has the majority of the passion, but there have definitely been some things the mainstream have done, especially in the past year, where it's like they're finally getting their heads out of their asses. But like for right now, indie's where it's at, obviously, and it's where it's been at for the past 5 or 6 years.
It's a bit generalized because there are some indie comics and you read them and you're like, really was this was this what you wanted to make? You know.
See, here's the problem with what you just said, Dave. Is now everyone who watches this are gonna be like, oh man, I really hope that's not my book. And Dave will never say which books they are on live. But
this is why I never do reviews, because when you do reviews, you need to be honest, and I just can't do that. You know,
it's one of those things where that's why when we actually first started talking, I was doing written reviews for Up Your Geek, and I did your review for Perfect 10 issue 1, and then what was the book? Stellar Odyssey was the one where I gave a very negative review, and you reached out to me and you were like, this made your positive review of my work mean way more to me, because oh my God.
Yeah.
I pulled back, and I was just like at the end of the day, if we are to be taken seriously, we need to hold each other to the same standards that we would have of any other book. Absolutely. So this whole, he's a first-time writer, or, he's a first-time this. Sorry, that's not going to cut it. If the whole selling point is that we care and we want to tell stories that are better than what you can find in the main market of distribution,
mm-hmm.
we have to meet those standards. We have to be judged at that at that same level.
Sure. And you have to be able to trust like reviews. Sometimes I have reviews and I'm like, you're not being honest.
No way. There's I mean, absolutely art is subjective, but there's definitely a few books that I've seen get some very positive reviews that I have read, and I'm like, we either didn't read the same book or you're full of crap. But
You're
whatever.
Sometimes it's like they're in the same tribe, so you give them like a positive review, you know.
Yeah, but that doesn't do anything. That just makes us look bad.
I know.
But
right.
I see Cole King in the chat, and
let's say hi. Let's say hi to the chat. thank you all for showing up, guys. This is awesome. So we have in the chat Gorilla Mar. Gorilla Mar is always here. Nice to see you, Gorilla Mar. And Gorilla Mar, by the way, speaking of reviews, he has a review channel. So he does comic book reviews. So go subscribe.
Gorilla, I'm probably going to send you a digital copy of Elysian Fields. It's not the final one, but I'd love to get a review before the book closes. I think that'd be a really cool thing to get an honest take to use for promotional. I think that'd be really good. Right. So hit me up on Twitter. I'm fairly certain we follow each other. But just hit me up and I'll get you a digital copy to do a review.
And send them some money with it, so you get a nice review. You know,
we literally just talked about having integrity as creators. I'm not just like here's a 20, please.
No,
nice.
but I think Gorilla Mar always buys the books that he reviews also, which is awesome. He's a backer. He's like a super backer, you know. Really cool.
Yeah, nice. He's already backed as well. I just knowing that he does the reviews, I will gladly send him everything. Yeah, he says I have no problem doing a review for you. I've already backed. So that's kind of what I figured. So it's just very exciting to get some more feedback out there and to be able to have a review before we close and to showcase like the book's done and then here's what people are saying about it would be freaking awesome.
Yeah. Oh man, that's so that's always the moment, you know, when your book goes out there and then fresh eyes take a look at it, you know, other people who are invested in it, who actually bought it, who paid money for it, you know. So you get a lot of feedback. And that's always like, I hope they like it. You know.
Oh, I definitely have that same level of anxiety, especially because like this is a relaunch of my first series. Yeah. But like I'm very confident in it as well. Like I'm like it's one of those things where I'm like I really hope people like this, but I'm also like the art is so good.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. We'll show that in a few minutes. Miranda, welcome.
My fiance is here. Woo! Hi,
Miranda. Wow, she must be so proud of you, man. With her,
she is. She's a constant support, and in a lot of ways, you know, this book wouldn't have happened without her. She was the one that very much pushed me. Is like, you've got something here. Like, don't give up on this. And she was really, really amazing.
Yeah. You need support. You need a supportive partner when you do this, you know. Vote for Ogden. Yes. It's not really a voting situation here, but still, vote for Ogden. Mike, welcome, Mike. Nice to see you, sir. Good day and good drinks. You too, Mike. I hope you're having something nice to drink right now. Cole King, welcome. Hey, fellas, good to see you.
Dude, so he backed recently, and it did a really great shout out on socials, and so I really appreciate that. And then I saw he's working on a book called Galahad, and as a huge Arthurian guy, I'm hoping this guy hits me up when that's about to go live, because I'd love to learn a bit about where he's going.
Your jam. Yeah, man. Absolutely. Can do that already back to yeah. Excellent. Let's see if I miss it. Dave seen the inkers work up close and personally. Dave's seen the inkers work up close and personally.
I think that's in reference to our inker being Tiago Gomez, who you worked with on quite a few things.
Tiago could not work on Safeguard because he had too many things going on. So I'm now in the process of looking for a different inker. So I sent various inkers some test pages. I got a few back, and I discussed them with Alan Goldman. And Alan is very critical and he was like,
Yeah.
"No, this one
Fi-
doesn't cut it." And
Finding a good inker is actually very, very difficult.
yeah,
Like, I have been very fortunate in my searches at that.
yeah, Thiago's good, man.
Tiago is fantastic, and I'm like very humbled to get the opportunity to work with him and the art team in general that we have on this book, between our main book and then the recently announced spin-off Song of Hippolyta. I'm very excited.
Right. Miranda clarifies, there was a sign by my house, so it's a joke now forever. All right.
Yeah, the vote for Ogden.
Mike says, so much work is an embarrassment of riches, so long as one doesn't disappear for it, Kelsey Shannon style.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I've been working today on some designs for new villains, new villain characters for the book that Alan is working on, right?
Oh, damn.
Right, yeah, so that's
Dude,
really
Alan's rework on Ten's design that you revealed recently, like her new costume, clutch.
Yeah, well, that wasn't his rework, but it was his like version. Like,
yeah.
So the new design was designed by Robert Nix. I reached out to Robert because Robert also did like the Hive Mind design of the villain Hive Mind, and I loved his design style. And I had been playing around with a new costume for 10 and just couldn't write. Just didn't get it right. Like I wanted it, and I reached out to Robert, and he just nailed it, man. It was really, really good.
That's what it takes, man. Sometimes you got to get someone that isn't as close to it. It's one of those things, because it sucks to see, because you're like, I really like working with this guy. I don't want to like hurt their feelings, but they aren't capturing the essence of what I'm trying to do here.
Mm-hmm.
I've had that with a few people.
And sometimes there are like some artists. I learned that some artists just aren't that great designers.
Yeah,
they're really good when you give them a design, and they do fantastic work with that, but not from scratch. You can't just ask them design me this character. It doesn't work, you know. And Mike says, by the way, Dave, your character Anthem's design is another bang-on winner by you guys. Like, basically, everyone looks hot and intriguing. Thank you.
That's what you want. Oh, we got Tiago Gomez Inks in the chat.
Thiago.
What up, man?
We were just gossiping about you, man. Welcome, Thiago. Welcome, sir. One of the best inkers in the indie business.
Absolutely. I would wholeheartedly agree with that.
All right, let's talk about Elysian Fields. That's why we're here today.
Yeah, it is. It is why we're here today, isn't it?
Because you rebooted Elysian Fields, which was a previous release, book that you made, and for some reason you decided to redo it, right? So you already explained a few months back. You were here. You were talking about that. But for those not in the know, can you tell us what it is and why you decided to reboot it?
Of course. So Elysian Fields at its base is Mortal Kombat with heroes of mythology, right? You've got our story focuses on Achilles, who we see fight his final battle at Troy. He dies. He goes to the underworld. He reunites with Patroclus. He gets to experience peace for all of about like 30 seconds before he's ripped away and brought to this arena where he has to fight alongside Heracles and Queen Hippolyta of the Amazons against all these different heroes from different mythological pantheons in an effort to try and help Hades regain his dominion over the underworld. So that's what it is at its base. Now, why the reboot? Well, I got into this industry 5 years ago, and I had to teach myself pretty much everything that I knew at the time. And while Elysian Fields Issue 0 did perform very well, its follow-up Elysian Fields Pyramid Gambit did not do particularly well, and it almost broke me as a creator. Like indie comics is a very hard game,
Right.
and it is amazing when you're doing well.
Wait,
But
so the Pyramid Gambit was the sequel to this one.
Yes, that was the
original
second.
one.
That was the second book. So we had Elysian Fields issue 0, which was effectively our first issue, and
Sure.
then we did Elysian Fields Pyramid Gambit, which was supposed to be kind of like the first story of
Okay, right.
the series, and so
So was the first Elysian Field more like a testing ground to see?
I wouldn't even say that. Like, it was what it was, and then it didn't perform. Like, Pyramid Gambit did not perform the way that it needed to, and I was going through stuff at the time, which led to me making the Embrace. But when Pyramid Gambit didn't do what it needed to, and I had done all this work to try and expand it and get more people involved and everything like that, it was very disheartening. And so I almost stopped making comics in general. But then we had the success of the Embrace, and I had a whole bunch of other books that did particularly well. And by that point, I had quite a bit of experience, not just writing, but editing as well. And I had an opportunity to work with my friends over at Global Frequency Studios on a book, and they taught me a whole bunch of things from an editorial standpoint. Like, it's been a very big learning experience over the past 5 years. And I honestly thought that Elysian Fields, that the door was closed. I didn't think I was ever going to be coming back to it.
Sure. Yeah. By the way, that wasn't your first book, was it? Elysian Fields.
Yeah, it was. Elysian Fields issue 0 was my first book. That was me getting into the industry about 5 years ago. And so I had kind of closed that door. And then I think we were promoting Judex or the Elysian Fields Kickstarter. I can't remember which one. Not the Elysian Fields Kickstarter, the Embrace Kickstarter that we did about a year and a half ago. And I had some people asking me, when are you going to do more Elysian Fields stuff? Because they go, oh, we backed a 0 issue and we loved that, and we were looking forward to seeing more of that book. And I was like, where were you when Pyramid Gambit came out? you know?
Yeah.
And so I eventually kind of decided, okay, well, there's clearly something here. And
are you multitasking?
Yeah, I forgot to turn my notifications off before coming and doing the show, and so it was dinging and driving me nuts. So I went and I turned the volume off real quick. I'll go look at those here in a minute. I'm like, that's not how I do things. But anyways, point is, between the requests of when I was going to do Elysian Fields again, and I went and I actually checked the Webtoon page where I had posted everything up. And like, we had, what was it? I think we had over 4,000 reads and over 100 subscribers with an average rating of 9.78 out of 10.
Whoa.
And so it was just like, okay, so we clearly have something here.
Sure. Yeah. Where did you get those numbers from? Where was it?
So I had posted the entire original Elysian Fields. I posted onto Webtoon years ago.
Right. Yeah.
And so I went in and I was just taking a look, and like, sure enough, I had missed, like, we had thousands of views, several comments of people like really amped up about the series and being like, this is one of my favorite things I'm reading right now. when
Yeah.
is more coming out? And so it was just the whole thing was like, okay, well, clearly I have something, but like, I think between the amount of distance that had passed, I didn't really like it, and the experience I had, like, I didn't want to just go back and continue where I had left off. I felt like if I was going to come back to this, I would want to do it in a fresh and new way, where I would bring in a new art team, change up the aesthetic, really go back and hammer out this script and use the experience that I have gained since I started to make this a next level book. And that's what we did. And I think that we've accomplished that.
All right. Yeah, I think the basic premise is fairly simple, right? But you include your knowledge about all this material that makes it. That's what you built from.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and that's the whole thing is you write what you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, at its base level, it seems like this very simple story that's just full of spectacle. But like at its core, and people who know me know that, I'm the master of writing sad stuff. So at its core, you have this story about a guy who has kind of realized that he went about things wrong in life and doesn't want to fall into the same patterns, but he's like an addict in a lot of ways too. Like he's being put in this situation where he's being pushed the likes in a way that like he had never been pushed in life, right? So you do that. You take this guy that was characteristically driven by rage and pride during his life, and you give him a taste of peace, which he really appreciates, having gone through a lifetime of war. But then you put him back into the fray, and he's trying to reconcile whether or not he can be this man of peace, or if this temptation to be the best is going to be the little demon on his shoulder that posts him up back where he was when he died. So it's very much a story of, can we truly change who we are for the better? Can we face our demons, accept them, and overcome them?
Right. So
that's really what that is at the heart of Elysian Fields.
So this story mainly became what it was because you wanted to tell the story about Achilles, this story, and not so much about having all these legendary beings battle.
I mean, that's definitely a huge part of it. Don't get me wrong. This is a battle book still. But at the end of the day, and we were talking a little bit about this in the green room, is that story is such an important thing. And at the heart of any good story is your characters. And Achilles is one of the most rich characters that you can can work with in fiction. A key figure in not one but two of the most prolific epic poems of all time. He is obviously the protagonist of the Iliad, and he features a pretty prominent role in the underworld sequence of the Odyssey.
So, by the way, Michael, let's say hi to Mo Bix for a moment.
Oh man, Mo is here. I'm sure
Welcome,
that we're going to get some fun ribbing. This is going to be good.
Welcome, Mo.
Is it even really a stream if there isn't a Mo Biggs in the chat?
Well, when you're here, it's just a matter of time. Wherever you go, Mo goes for some reason. Johnny's also here.
I'll accept it as my shadow.
Johnny JP7, welcome, Johnny. Michael is an expert in fiction. He even created a fictional Roman Empire that actually never existed as a setting for his stories. Is that true?
JP is is pushing buttons.
Uh,
So
they know
this
you
is
too
in
well,
reference. This is in reference to the crazy millennial chick who said that the Roman Empire was all propaganda created by the Spanish Inquisition, and it never actually existed. One of the most wild takes on the internet. It's rough.
Welcome, Johnny. Let's see. Hail. Darkside's also here. Welcome, Darkside. Darkside is comics. Hail. Another comic book reviewer. So go subscribe to his channel also, guys. Welcome, sir.
I definitely need to get him a digital of Elysian Fields to review as well, because he reviewed the original.
Oh, yeah, right.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. And he's working on his own comic also right now. Gemini Crusader. So go find that. Find it.
Yes, not a great looking book.
Absolutely.
Really good looking book.
Let me see. That's the guy that's. Let me see. Mo says the Roman Empire never existed. What is she, a racist? Why is she trying to erase the achievements of such a strong black culture?
Oh my god. So it begins, the trolling.
Mike says, "Oh yeah, the Aztec Empire was all propaganda created by the Spaniards too, don't you know?"
Yeah, that's definitely something she would that lady would adhere to. She had even wild, like, it's crazy to think, but like that's like one of the most tame of her takes. Like, it's absurd. I addressed some of them like a while back on a show where we were very fortunate to get daily
This
Roman updates.
Why it's so important to preserve history, right?
Yeah,
because people love to make up their own.
it's definitely a thing.
Anyway.
Frustrating thing, but a thing.
All right, so you can calm down a little bit. Maybe we can watch the trailer for a moment.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Shout out to Good Stuff, because they just knocked it out of the park with this trailer.
All
They
right,
did a really good job.
I hope that we have sound. For some reason, sometimes it doesn't work. So let me know. You have sound, guys?
Yeah,
All right.
I mean, I'm hearing it, so I'd assume they get too.
March. Awesome.
It's already live. I probably need to trade it out because I've got a video. I got a version of it that says now funding too. I just need to upload it on YouTube and do that.
Oh yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like, it's kind of just I haven't gotten around to it because it's annoyingly tedious to have to go re-upload effectively the same video.
Yeah.
Just with now funding.
Maybe it's not necessary, but
so
anyway.
the question it asks is, where's the music from? Sounds epic. So I actually got in touch with, there's an indie composer named Sebastian Angel who does compositions of he does these really beautiful compositions, and they're all inspired by like mythological figures. And so that one is actually from his theme for Patroclus, which is fantastic. And
yeah, it's perfect.
I reached out to him and I was like, hey, would it be okay if I use this? And I got his permission. It is awesome. At some point, he's even interested in coming in and actually doing like a full-on original composition for Elysian Fields, which will be really cool.
That will be awesome. Welcome, JC. By the way, welcome. Nice to see you. You're doing good, Michael. 23 days to go, 120 backers. You reached the goal, so congratulations, man.
Yeah, man. And so like that's the other good news is anyone that's looking at this like, oh, should I back this? Like, well, the book's done for one, and for another, the funding goal's been met, so you're guaranteed your book.
The book is done, guys. That's fantastic. Moses. Mo says, yeah, it's a good theme. So much better than the SPQR theme, which came from a cancelled, officially licensed Special Olympics game from the NES by LJN.
Oh, he's talking about our the copyright free 8-bit version of the battle music from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Crusader, which we used.
Oh, I remember that.
So that way we wouldn't get copyright struck.
Yes, I remember that. Well, it was very fitting, so.
It was, and it worked well.
Right, let me see if I missed anything. Can't wait for this, says JC. Yeah,
we can't wait to get it out to you guys. It's a beautiful book, and it's really cool because we've had all the proofs done. We just did our final editing pass here about a week and a half ago, so everything is totally done. So it's literally just once the money hits the account, it's paid the printer to get our print order in, and then
that's great if you can do that. Like finish the book completely, gives you a sense of peace, right? So the book is done. Yeah.
Like that. That's and speaking of that, JC's asking how soon can we expect the Embrace 2? I know there was a holdup with the collaborators. Life happens that way. So we were hoping to have the Embrace 2's line art done here by the end of this month. It's more than likely not going to happen that way. Dean has been working his butt off. And has told me that he plans on having his pencils done, but the tablet that he is currently using while he's away, he's not in Australia right now. He's on kind of a I don't know if to call it a vacation or he's looking at moving to another place, and that's not my business to put out there. All I can say is that he's been away from Australia for a while, and so the tablet he's using, he's having issues doing the inking on. But he's working really hard. Towards the end of last year, his old tablet crashed, and he lost dozens of pages. Like he was literally almost done with all of the pencils for the Embrace 2. So he's having to redraw. Mo Big says it's my business to put out there. Dean is coming to America. Yes. So like Dean is in the States right now. And so like he is there. There's an entire process for immigration where he has to be here for consecutive periods of months and what have you. And so he's doing his first stay right now.
He's like fleeing Australia.
Yeah, and so like it's just it was a tough pill for him to swallow with it, but we're working hard. I will be posting an Embrace 2 update here very soon. We have 2 new pages that I will reveal that are just absolutely like drop dead gorgeous. Between Dean's line art and Eugene's colors, this is just going to be such a beautiful book, and I really can't wait for you guys to see that. So yeah, I actually got a message about the Embrace 2, pretty much the same thing. I was like, hey, just looking to see what the status is, and I let them know, I was like, hey, we're going to be posting an update here very soon. I appreciate you reaching out, but this is what's going on. We will have some new pages to reveal and what have you. So it's very exciting stuff. Hopefully by the end of the summer, the Embrace 2 is fully fulfilled.
Fantastic.
That is the goal. When we do the Embrace 3, I'm literally working on the script for that, and Dean's plan is to literally, once he finishes book 2 and I've got my script finished for book 3, to just start going, so that way we have as much of it done beforehand as we possibly can.
Yeah, man. Yeah, sounds good. Oh, hell no, says Johnny. Pick back up your art, everybody.
Yeah, it was definitely one of those things where like Dean's generally been doing like a really good job of putting everything on Dropbox. I think it was just a whole thing of he got very carried away with getting all the pencils and everything out there, and then the tablet crashed.
Yeah. I had that happened once also with my drive. So it crashed for some reason, and I lost like months of like work that I collected for my books. So I had to reach out to everyone that I worked with to hoping they had like backups, and everybody did, luckily, but it was a lot of work to get it all back. All right, cool, fantastic art. So this is all like inked by Thiago?
Yeah, that's all inked by Thiago. Work speaks for itself. He does a brilliant job, and then our colorist and flatter Lou Winter and Ruvian just absolutely crushed it with the colors. And I think the craziest part about this is that these are the worst looking pages of the book. Clearly not an insult to the pages of art. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
But these were a part of our first 12 to 15 pages. Right. So it was really part of the process of this
before you guys got in the groove,
getting their momentum going and kind of getting into the swing of the book.
Yeah.
So these are the worst looking pages of Elysian Fields, which is crazy to say because they're drop dead gorgeous, but it only gets better from there. And then Mo asked how much art did Dean lose? A lot. He even lost some of the inks that he had done from before, the 2-page spread that everyone loves of the Embrace. He lost that. He lost his high reses of that. So I had to send him those.
That's painful, man. Mike says, in seriousness, that sucks. Oz has a hard enough time getting art to and from the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. That also, yeah. Yeah. Look at this. The lettering is also top notch.
Yep, we've got SK, who is the lettering superstar. I know everyone talks about Eric Weathers. He does really good.
Mm-hmm.
But SK has been my letterer now for at least 5 or 6 books, and he just does a tremendous job. He's incredibly easy to work with.
Yeah.
And highly recommend to anyone who's looking for a good letterer. He is amazing at what he does.
Do you ever need to rewrite like dialogue, because once you get into the lettering stage, you notice that some like
actually, like there was actually a moment in the first, like, I'd say 15 pages of the book where I didn't have any dialogue slated for these couple of panels, and I realized it's like, no, like Achilles needs to say something here, like you can't just and so I had to write in dialogue, and so I had to go get it cleared by my editor Drew, because I have an editor now.
Drew. Okay.
Eric is a fantastic letterer. Like no diss to him. I've worked with SK for years, and he does nothing but outstanding work between his work on the Embrace, Elysian Fields, SPQR. Like, he does fantastic work. And it was great getting to work with Eric on Judex. Like Eric lettered Judex, which was a great book as well.
Dynamite. So you said for some scenes you didn't have any dialogue, so you had to put it in later?
Yeah, no, like I just it was there were like 2 panels where there wasn't really anything. I think he made like a grunting effect, like because there was some action, but like it felt empty, like it, and I was just like, this needs something.
Okay, so you did write the scene, but when it was drawn, there was too much like space, or there wasn't enough going on.
Yeah, like, well, it was that there was a certain action that was happening, and without dialogue there, it just didn't hit right. I don't know how else to explain it.
Sure. No, I get it.
And the Mo was like I could forget your last review of one of Eric's books. Surprisingly good. Why was it so surprising to you? It's not that it was surprising. It's that I don't usually like Wizard of Oz spinoffs, because I think that it's very overdone. I was surprised at how how fresh it was. Like, it is very different and distinct from any other Wizard of Oz spinoff that I have read. And it was not that I was surprised that it was good because of Eric Weathers. It was Wizard of Oz spinoffs tend to be like kind of overdone. And so I was like I got it mainly because of the Kenneth Rocafort cover, which was gorgeous, and I like Eric. I think Eric's a great professional, and his art on there was stellar. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'll get this. But like Wizard of Oz spinoffs are not really my cup of tea. So Battle Brick Road was really good.
When you write a scene like this, because what you're writing, this is for a large part a like combat, what you need to describe, right? Or do you like leave it to the artist mostly?
So what I do is, and it's really fun getting asked this question, because like when you're writing a comic book script, it is this hybrid of technical and creative writing, right? Obviously, you have a story you're trying to tell, and everything that you're putting in that script needs to be about telling that story. But at the same time, no one's going to be reading your script outside of your art team.
Yeah.
And your creative team. So what you need to do is you need to create this balance of letting your art team know what you're trying to convey, but doing it in a way that doesn't feel boring, and that it inspires them to bring out their best work, right?
All
like
right.
you don't need to be writing the next American novel every single time that you do a panel or page layout like Alan Moore does. But there has to be enough creative writing in there, I think, to where it inspires the artist from an emotional standpoint.
Sure. Yeah.
So like that's really what it comes down to. And I also do give a lot of carte blanche to my artistic teams as we build, as we continue to work with one another. Because as I get more comfortable working with a specific creative team,
Mhm.
and they're showing that they're able to do what I want them to do on the page.
Yeah.
I kind of like I was military, so like it's very much a whole thing of I'm going to stay in my lane. I'm letting you know what I want to have happen on the page, and then I'm going to let you handle it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you need to explain to the artist what you don't really explain directly to the reader. Like for instance, you have this scene and the character is sad, then they have to draw the sad character. But when the artist knows the history behind that, that's a complete different layer, right?
Yeah.
And they can express that through the visuals, right? So this is a cool looking sequence.
Yeah, that's Achilles arriving to the arena. It's pretty striking.
Absolutely. And they have the what's his name?
Charon.
Oh yeah, Charon with his dark, like inverted text box or text balloon.
Yeah.
Cool. Really cool. Wait. Did I miss anything? Mo says, this spin doctor, next he'll be claiming I only meant the Jews could be considered troublesome to the officials of the Roman Empire. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Mike says, oh, I think the sequel can be a better one than Return of Oz.
Maybe. I don't know. I need to, like, I actually missed out on Battlebrick Road because Battlebrick Road issue 2 because I was paying to do this and the Embrace 2 at the time. So did not leave me a lot of extra funds to be doing stuff.
Miranda says, honestly, I love the nerdy history Easter eggs that are put into this page, i.e. the sun. This page? Or the previous? This page.
Yeah.
Like Icarus? Or what's...
So there's, I think that the big thing is that leading into this, I have like a whole thing where it's Achilles is talking about how he has an obligation to fulfill his duties as a host through the laws of hospitality. Like this guy has come to Troy to fight Achilles, and
yeah.
So Achilles is about to fight him, and then there's this image of Achilles in the sunlight and what have you is also kind of foreshadowing his doom as well, because Apollo guides the arrow that kills him.
All right. Yeah. Everything is thought about. Really cool. Look at these pages, man. Look at these colors. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Beautiful work. So this is a double page spread?
Yep, that's a double page spread.
Nice. Really cool, man. Love it. It's really, really colorful. A bit cartoony.
Yeah, well, so when it came down to the art direction on this, as I said, when I decided that I was going to come back and do Elysian Fields and reboot it, one of the key things that I wanted to do was give it a more distinct visual style. And at the time, I was doing a playthrough of, I think either Darksiders 2 or 3. And I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Going for like a Joe Mad-esque aesthetic, I think would really work. And so that's what we went with. And I mean, the results speak for themselves.
And then you found the perfect artist.
Yeah. Like Will crushed it.
Achilles, hosting wasn't made any easier when Chiron demanded to see the manager. Right.
Fair enough.
Well, there's a lot. Look at these designs. I love that.
Oh man, I love these character turnarounds so much. They look great.
So these are also done by the
creative team. Like this is actually the first thing Elysian Fields that got done was I did these character sheets because I wanted to make sure that we had the style and aesthetic kind of established as we were going in. So this is our kind of character turnaround of Achilles, Heracles, as well, which is fantastic.
That's
probably the strongest character sheet out of a lot of them. Everyone loves this thing.
Yeah, man.
Heracles is a fantastic character to get to play with as well.
I love this one also.
Hippolyta, yeah. I was very happy with how this turned out. I actually so there is a position held by historians of antiquity that the Amazons were based off of real life warrior women from the Scythian steppe tribes. And so I actually went through and got some images of Scythian warrior women and blended that with some Hellenistic armor sets, and then used for like makeup. We went with this Minoan era makeup that has been put out there through the frescoes and everything like that we have from the Mycenaean period. And so we blended all of that, and that resulted in this, and it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. So these characters, these look like, some of them look like very difficult to get right. So did they take many redesigns?
No, actually.
No.
Every single Heracles was like one shot. Like we got that down very quick. Achilles, one shot. Hippolyta wasn't even really we never had to go back and redo stuff. I would just add specific details and remind Will of certain things that I wanted done.
Yeah.
And then make sure that those things got enhanced in the color process.
Yeah. JC says the designs look amazing. Very cool. He also says, for your ongoing stories, would you dip your feet into figures for the characters based on your books? Maybe like add-ons or its own campaign?
Oh man, absolutely. I actually I have an Embrace action figure that we had designed, and it's fully posable and everything like that. I actually think I have like the first draft of it somewhere on my shelf back there. I'm not going to go rummage through at the moment. But I have the STL for it. And and I would love to do figures of these guys. But it is very expensive to do. And so I am waiting for there to become more affordable options in production, so that way I can put them on campaign with a reasonable price point that people can pay for. That people would be able to afford, I should say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a challenge, man. Mike asked a question on Joe Mad. Does anybody here know if or of the opinion that the new Battle Chasers material is worthy of the original issues?
I honestly haven't read the new stuff. I know that they have Ludo Lullaby is doing a lot of the art for it, and Ludo is fantastic. He's a great artist, and he is like on my wish list of people to do an Elysian Fields cover at some point, because that would be epic. But I
have them. Those 3 issues. There are 3 issues done by Ludo, and to be honest, they're fine, But the main draw of Battle Chasers was Joe Mad's art.
Yeah. And it's one of those things that when the guy that's the creator steps away, is it really worth, continuing it? They ran into the same issue with the White Knight series from Sean Gordon Murphy that he was doing as like a Batman Elseworld thing, and he did the first 2 books, and then I think he was like an editor on the last couple, but he wasn't writing the story anymore, and I don't think he was doing the art after that. So it was just like, I don't know if I want to keep doing that.
Right. Thanks for the question.
Tiago's saying that he'd love to see a cover of Elysian Fields Reborn in the pencils of Pal Roderick or Alan Goldman.
Yeah, sure.
I would love to too. I keep trying to hit up Alan and I never get responses.
Alan is very busy right now.
I'm sure, he constantly posting up new covers and what have you. I'd love to get him to do a cover for Elysian Fields. I'd love to get him to do a cover for The Embrace.
But I think you could like Pow would be possible. I know Alan's very, very difficult to get. But Pow, this is totally his thing also, I think, with art style. So anyway, let's quickly take a look at your perks. We're in the final 5 minutes of the stream, so there's a lot more going on this campaign. You can check it out, guys. The link to this campaign is below the video, below the stream. Mobix, I wonder why Goldman wouldn't be in a rush to get back to the troublesome you guy.
Oh my God, Mo. For the record, I am Jewish, so I don't know. Anyways,
yeah. All right. So you have your selection. This is like the V. Oh, this is my selection. This is what I picked.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like. Well, I mean, I haven't backed because it's my campaign. That being said, this is a very popular selection. The V. Ken Marion Andrew Dollhouse cover, which at 5K gets a lovely silver foil upgrade. Which looks fantastic. I know that Dave, you were watching that stream where I went and showed that off because you were like, I don't really like the silver foils. They wash out the colors. So I'm like, normally I agree with you. It really works here.
Yeah, it also worked because of this effect here with the sword, with
the slash going down the page and making that shot. It really makes that part shine. And then I think that with how the colors are in the background, it's just the right shade of tan where like that gets picked up by the silver too, and then the metallic aspect really helps the colors on the armor just blow up.
Yeah,
Like it really works.
Yeah, you helped ease my concerns about this, so
Yeah,
I have faith in it.
I'll pull it out. I've got it right over here.
All right, here's a prototype. That's cool. There we go. Enlarging you now.
Yeah, I'm grabbing it. I just need to
Uh-oh.
find the right one. Sorry. There it is. Right in front of my face.
Found it. You. There we go. Yeah. All right. Shiny.
So
yeah,
that's that. And then everyone who backed the main cover is already getting it at this lovely lava holofoil.
Oh.
As a fun Easter egg to when we did the holofoil for the Zero issue.
All right. Great. So people can also support you with a digital edition.
Yes.
For just $5, guys. That's a steal. So go grab that if you like, and then you can get cover A plus digital. So every physical reward
so
comes with
effectively,
digital.
the way that the price point works is $10 for the book, $5 for the digital.
Okay. Right. But you can't get the book separate.
Yeah, well, you can actually add on every cover to whichever book you're getting.
Oh, yeah.
And so I wanted to, because there's a whole thing of, by having the digital, you actually have the ability to read the book without opening it. If you're looking at doing, how much is shipping for the digital? It's free because it's a digital.
Okay, that's good to know. Good questions. Domestic, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but he's asking how much is shipping for the digital.
Yeah. I get that, but we need to know these things. That's important.
But there is no shipping for digital.
Oh,
it's an email.
Okay. Well, okay.
For a physical book, yes, there's shipping, which is $5.
Right. So no tariffs on digital?
No tariffs on digital.
Okay. But what about for international backers?
Also zero.
All right, cool. These are good questions, guys. We need to know these things, right? So then you have the Von Randall and Robert Nugent C cover.
Yes.
Excellent. They all cost the same, so that's fine.
I wanted to make sure that everything was as accessible as humanly possible.
Wait, so that's this. Wait, this is cover A.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Cover B, that's this one. This was my pick. Then we have cover C by Randall Nugent. That's this one. Look at this.
Von Randall and Robert Nugent.
Oh, sorry. Oh, Von Randall and Robert, not Randall Nugent. Right. Sorry. But it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Holy shit. This is good. Damn. And we have a cover D also by Penny Tuam.
Yes.
One? Nice. Oh. Okay, people can get a publishing fitted 9 ROMs publishing fitted cap.
Yep.
For $30. Cool. Or a Achilles cross chest / shirt.
Yeah. So it's literally there's a 2-page spread where Achilles is killing King Memnon towards the beginning of the book, and he's cutting a slash across the guy's chest. And so I got our colorist to kind of isolate Achilles from that scene, and we blew that up and put it across the chest. So it's effectively Achilles is cutting you across the chest. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Really cool. And then we have a Lionheart men's shirt.
Yep.
Well, Lionhearted men's shirt. All right. Women's version, women's shirt. The Coffer of Glory. What's that about?
So Coffer of Glory is our collector box. So that's got every cover of the book in it. It's got 3 acrylic standees, and it's got the Achilles / t-shirt in it. So you get all of that for $200.
Holy wow. The Coffer of Covers. Cool. Very cool. And then we have
We've got the Panoply upgrade. So it's the same thing as... Yep. So Panoply is a term for an armor set. And so you get the same... It's the Coffer of Glory tier, but you also get metal covers of each cover.
Oh, all right.
So it's the Panoply upgrade.
Really cool. $300. And you can get the cover pencil. So original art, guys. The Will Reyes cover pencils for $500.
Yep.
Does this come with the books also?
Yes, absolutely. I should note every single piece of original art you get a copy of the book as well.
Right. Then we have the Von Randall cover for $1,000. Yeah,
Yes.
really cool. That's this one. Yeah. Nice. The Weekend Marion cover art for $2,000. Nice. All right, that's all the rewards. All right, fantastic. There's more to see on this entire campaign. You're doing very well.
Yeah.
120 backers.
Yep. We got 23 days left. I'm hoping to get over 200 backers. Is my goal. If we do that, we should end up, and like assuming we get over 200, if we cross 200 backers. And everyone's even just purchasing like just the main cover of the book, we will clear at least the next stretch goal or 2, which would be really cool.
Exciting. Mo says cover of Glory sounds like the title bestowed on Sugar Chris after a double shift at the Glory Hole.
Oh my god!
Holy shit. Good show, gentlemen. Congratulations on funding, brother. You know.
Thank you very much, Mo.
So whatever Mo says about you,
it's all in good fun. And Mo and I have
supportive, man.
Mo and I have chatted on the side as well. He's a really good dude, and he has been a very vocal supporter of mine since I started. As much guff as he gives me and what have you, he has always been in my corner, and I really appreciate it.
It just means he cares, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Michael, thank you so much for being my guest for today, man. And,
hey, man, it was my pleasure to be here. Always happy to come back and hang out with Dave Brink.
All right, thank you, and good luck with the campaign. And special thanks to the chat, to all you guys for watching. Thank you so much for being here, for liking this stream. If you like this conversation, please give it a like. If you didn't like the conversation, give it a dislike, and I'm very sorry. I'll be back next Sunday. So next Sunday with a new guest. So same channel, same time. New guest. Wait, and Johnny says, you sure? I have been operating on the assumption Mo and I mean everything we say 100%. All right, guys. Thank you all so much, and see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
See you guys.